Welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Allison Barnett. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at the stories we have for you today. Voters across the nation went to the polls on Tuesday to have their voices heard. With several candidates running unopposed in Claiborne County, much attention was paid to referendums on the ballot in Tazewell and New Tazewell. In Tazewell, citizens voted to allow the sale of alcoholic beverages in retail package stores. In New Tazewell, voters elected to allow the sale of wine at retail food stores in the city. In Harrogate, Alan Hurst was elected as the alderman of the East Ward, defeating Larry Eugene Motter by 525 votes. In New Tazewell, Charles H. Brooks beat out Kenneth Gearman by 258 votes to be elected as the alderman in Ward 2. Republican Jerry Sexton was re-elected to the Tennessee House of Representatives after running uncontested. Christine Mabry Vincent received 11 write-in votes. Tim Burchett ran away with the District 2 U.S. House seat, garnering 64% of the votes over Democrat Renee Hoyos. In the statewide races, Republican Marsha Blackburn was elected to the U.S. Senate after receiving 54.7% of the votes. She defeated former Tennessee Governor Phil Bredesen. Republican Bill Lee will be Tennessee's new governor after defeating Carl Dean. Lee tallied 59.3% of the votes. Across the state line in Kentucky, Bell County had several important local races up for grabs. Mitch Williams retained his seat as Bell County Sheriff, receiving 58% of the votes over Democrat Carl Frith and Independent Tommy Fusen. Jailer Gary Ferguson also held on to his seat in a closely contested race against Democrat Larry McAuliffe. Former State Representative Rick Nelson will be the new Middlesboro mayor in January after garnering nearly 67% of the votes over Middlesboro City Councilman Clarence Bo Green. There will be several new faces on the Middlesboro City Council, with only 3 of 9 current members returning. Philip Ball, Alan Farmer, and Kevin Barnett are all held on to their seats in a race that had 16 people running for office. New members of the board include Jesse Moberg, Boone Bowling, William Smith, Terry Poore, Judy Meredith Grandy, and Glenna Brown. The Pineville City Council will have 3 new members on the board. Ben Madden, Alicia Slusher, and Scott Eric Jeffrey each picked up a seat. Incumbents Patricia Bingham, Tuck Woolham, and Sean Fugate II retained their seats. Middlesboro native Adam Bowling will be the new state representative for the 87th District after defeating Democrat Dustin Allen. Congressman Hal Rogers easily retained his seat in the U.S. House of Representatives, 5th District, earning 79% of the votes over Democrat Kenneth Stepp. In the 30th District State Senate race, Brandon Smith kept his seat, grabbing 73% of the votes. For a full list of results from Claiborne and Bell counties, visit our Facebook page at LMU TV. J. Frank White Academy will be expanding beginning in the 2019 to 2020 school year. In a press release, the Academy announced that they will be expanding to include kindergarten through 3rd grade beginning in the fall. The elementary school curriculum will prepare students for educational opportunities in the future. In the news release, interim principal Bobby Lockhart said, "We are excited to provide families in our community another option when it comes to learning. The Academy has a long-standing tradition of preparing students for success in college and beyond, and we feel confident that instilling those values at elementary school will enhance their education every step of the way." The Academy is a college preparatory school accredited by Advanced Ed that currently serves students in grades 4 through 12. LMU and the Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum took part in the Tennessee STEAM Festival near the end of October. The pair shared the science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics behind the Civil War as part of their project. About 250 elementary school children from Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia visited the museums for hands-on activities demonstrating several aspects of the war. The event involves faculty and students from LMU DCOM, LMU College of Veterinary Medicine, the School of Mathematics and Sciences, and the Carter and Moyer School of Education. When asked about the festival, Associate Professor of Biology Dr. Leroy Brandt said, "This gives our students the opportunity to teach information they are learning in coursework and relate it to something not considered science. It's an opportunity to see how humanities and sciences can work together." The second annual STEAM Festival featured over 150 opportunities across the state celebrating science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. Now let's take a look at your community calendar of events coming up over the next couple of weeks. First State Bank will honor and recognize those who have served and are continuing to serve our country during our Veterans Day program on November 8th at the Middlesboro Community Center on 30th Street. Program and dinner begins at 4:30 p.m. For more information, contact Pat Fulton at 606-248-9545. Indian Creek Baptist Church will be having a special Thanksgiving celebration with several community churches beginning at 6 p.m. on November 11th. Everyone is welcome. Now's a look at your community calendar. We're now moving on to your LMU Community TV News 5-day weather forecast. To start out your Thursday, it will be sunny with a high of 39 degrees. As the day progresses, there is expected to be a 40% chance of showers with a high of 49. Looking at your 3-day planner, Friday is looking to have a 100% chance of rain with a high of 47. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 37 degrees. Moving to your 5 days, Sunday will be sunny with a high of 49, and Monday will have a 60% chance of showers with a high of 43. Now's a quick recap of your 5-day forecast, but stay with us as coming up after the break, Brandon Burke will be bringing you your sports report right here on LMU Community TV News.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shields, and I'm a physician and the medical director at LMU Medical Clinics. This is a brief announcement about keeping LMU and you healthy during the upcoming flu season. Influenza, or flu for short, is a virus that causes fever, body aches, and upper respiratory symptoms like cough, runny nose, and sore throat. It is transmitted through the air and can even be spread on objects touched by someone who has the flu. The virus spreads easily from person to person and is most active from October through March. There are 3 things you can do to prevent becoming ill with the flu. First, get vaccinated. The most effective way of preventing the flu is to get the flu vaccine every year. The vaccine does not give you the flu or make you sick. The vaccine may not be 100% effective, however, it does offer significant protection and lessen the symptoms should you get the flu. The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older be vaccinated before the flu season begins. Number 2, wash your hands. Stop the spread of germs and protect yourself with frequent hand washing with soap or alcohol-based hand sanitizer. And third, if you are sick, stay home. Should you become ill with flu-like symptoms of fever, sore throat, cough, limit your contact with others. Schedule an appointment as soon as possible with LMU Medical Clinic or your healthcare provider. There are antivirals that may be indicated if started within 48 hours of symptoms. Stay home until you are fever-free for 24 hours without over-the-counter medications like Motrin or Tylenol. I'm Dr. Shields, and this has been a brief announcement about keeping LMU and you healthy during the upcoming flu season.
What do we know about learning? It takes place beyond the pages of a book. We learn by exploring, by trying new things, by connecting, by sharing. We learn by taking chances and dreaming big. At Lincoln Memorial University, learning is beyond the books. It's everywhere.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic.
So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Really? Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. It was a bit of a rocky start for the Lady Rail Splitter volleyball team in Tuesday's South Atlantic Conference quarterfinal round against 6th-seeded Queens at home, although 3rd-seeded LMU finished strong for a 3-0 sweep over the Royals to move on to the round of 4 in the SACS postseason. Lincoln Memorial saw a 4-game winning streak come to an end at the hands of number 25 Wingate last Saturday in the 2018 finale, but was still able to retain the third-place position in the league standings thanks to an 18-win resume. On Tuesday, the Lady Railsplitters needed to knock off Queens for the third consecutive time in order to grab win number 19, and they did so with set victories of 27-25, 25-13, and 25-16, defeating the defending SAC tournament champs on a scorching offensive performance, producing 47 kills in total, and more importantly, posting a .333 attack percentage, their second highest of the entire year. Lincoln Memorial fed off the energy of the raucous Mary Mars Gym crowd to win an extended opening set, kicking it into another gear for the final two. Redshirt junior Riley Storms was the most productive LMU player in terms of kills on Tuesday with 15 on a 5:19 individual hitting clip. Lindsay Nartker adding 10 kills on 9 digs. Sophomore Alicia Kessler provided a huge spark for LMU with 9 kills on all 9 of her swings. Kai Wesseman contributing 7 kills for the Blue and Gray. Emily Walter continued her impressive debut season with another double-double, recording 25 assists and 14 digs, while Erica Whitaker reached 28 digs next to 3 aces. With the series history between LMU and Queens even at 7 wins each at the beginning of the year, the Lady Railsplitters have taken control thanks to 3 straight wins against the Royals, finishing the year with an astounding 13-2 record when playing in Harrogate. Home court advantage goes out the window from here on out, however, LMU advancing to the SAC semifinals to be played in Hartsville, South Carolina on Friday evening, going head-to-head with second-seeded Anderson at 6:30 p.m. Nearly knocking off the Trojans in their last meeting, only to fall in 5 sets at home, Lincoln Memorial has some unfinished business with Anderson, who moved on to the SAC semis after a 4-set triumph over Mars Hill on Tuesday. Should LMU pull off the upset over the Trojans, they'll advance to the conference title match on Saturday afternoon against either Wingate or Carson Newman. And for more information on the women's volleyball team's hot start to the postseason, you can head over to www.lmurailsplitters.com. And it hasn't been just volleyball and soccer that have been deep into South Atlantic Conference Championship play, as both of LMU's cross-country units participated in their SAC title event over the weekend in Spartanburg, South Carolina, wrapping up what was a quick regular season. With all 11 other schools around the league running stride for stride with Lincoln Memorial, the Lady Railsplitters began the day with an 8th place showing in the 6K race on Saturday morning, posting 249 points as a whole, 71 behind 7th place Tusculum. LMU was led by freshman Kylie Holmes for the 4th straight event, the Winston-Salem native taking 39th place out of 85 competitors with a time of 24:57. Nearly 1 minute behind in 48th place was freshman Evelyn Kebenai, sophomore Chloe Harp placing 50th on a 25:55 timestamp. The Queens Royals exploded to the SAC championships for the 3rd straight season, a stat that would equal the men's side later on Saturday morning. And for the Lady Railsplitters, a respectable 8th place showing sets them up for the Southeast Regionals in a season that has been set back due to injury and youth. For the men's cross-country club, there's just something about 4th place that the Railsplitters keep ending up in, the 5th consecutive time that LMU has landed in 4th in the SAC championships off the performance of 3 all-SAC runners. With a 128-point total as a group, 34 behind 3rd place Wingate, senior Jorge Hernandez and a pair of juniors, Sam Lloyd Perks and Jacob Gatewood, all finished inside the top 20. Hernandez headlining that group with a 14th place run-through, a time of 26 minutes and 2 seconds. Capping off his decorated career at Lincoln Memorial with an all-SAC performance in all 4 of his seasons, the Mount Pleasant, Texas product placed 2 spots and 6 seconds better than Lloyd Perks, who landed in 16th. Gatewood 8 seconds behind him for an 18th place finish, both good for all-SAC honorable mention recognition behind Hernandez's 2nd team outing. Add in a 27th place run from Czechian freshman Michael Jakovic, and the Railsplitters' 4th place performance for the 5th straight year sends them into the NCAA Division II Southeast Regionals with increasing momentum. Both the women's and the men's cross-country teams will conclude their fall schedule on Saturday, November 17th for the biggest event of the fall, taking place in Oakwood, Georgia, bright and early. And heading back to the lanes after a week off to allow the Lady Rail Splitters to begin their 2018 season, the LMU men's bowling squad returned to action last Saturday and Sunday down south in Smyrna, Georgia for the Brunswick Southern Intercollegiate, returning to the top 5 after a 10th place showing in their last tournament. The Orange and Black Classic from Beaver Creek, Ohio would see Lincoln Memorial's 4-week streak of top 5 performances end. Although finishing in 10th, the Rail Splitters were far from out of contention. Last Sunday in Georgia, LMU did relinquish a first-place landing after day 1, but still bowled well enough to take 4th place out of the 30 teams competing, knocking down 10,872 pins in all. After hitting more than 6,200 pins in Saturday's opening round, the Rail Splitters were in prime position to win their second title of the year, having already won their hosted event back in late September. Although sliding 3 spots down in the end, Lincoln Memorial has finished inside the top 5 in 5 of their 6 meets in 2018, including 2 at a Tier 1 major, with only 2 more tournaments left to be played in the fall semester. Already accomplishing more in a single fall in year number 3 than ever before, LMU will be forced to wait until November 24th to hit the lanes once more, rolling into Fairview Heights, Illinois for the National Collegiate Team Match Games. In the meantime, the Lady Rail Splitters will take the spotlight after posting an 8th place performance in the season-opening Bearcat Classic in Fairview Heights out of 16 schools, heading to Milwaukee, Wisconsin this weekend for the Warhawk Classic. 24 hours after hoisting the South Atlantic Conference Championship trophy high for the first time in 11 years, thus receiving an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, the Lady Rail Splitters soccer team now knows who their opponent will be in the first round of the Big Dance on Friday. Again, their first appearance in the national tourney since the 2007 campaign. Defeating both Lenore Rhine and 16th nationally ranked Carson Newman to win the SAC title to grasp their 6th win in a row, Lincoln Memorial learned that they will take the number 6 seed in the Southeast Regionals, and their opponent for Friday's contest in the 56-team bracket will be none other than the Lander Bearcats, who stand as the number 3 seed out of the Peach Belt. Due to their late season resurgence, a 14-win record in all, just 1 win away from matching their entire output from the last 3 seasons combined, LMU will meet Lander for only the 2nd time ever, the first occasion taking place way back in 2006, a 3-1 victory there taken by the Blue and Gray. While the Lady Rail Splitters are in the NCAA tournament for the first time in 11 years, the Bearcats are represented for the first time ever, ending the PBC's regular season in 2nd place thanks to their best regular season finish in school history at 12-2, although upset in the conference quarterfinals by Georgia College, thus taking the number 3 seed. The Columbus State Cougars earned the top seed in the 7-team Southeast Regional portion of the bracket, in doing so earning a first-round bye, meaning Friday's match with Lander will take place in Jefferson City, Tennessee, since Carson Newman has taken the number 2 seed. Should Lincoln Memorial advance past the Bearcats on Friday, which will kick off at 11 o'clock a.m., they'll face the winner of the Carson Newman and Catawba bout on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, but must first focus all their attention on Lander in what will be the biggest match in over a decade for the program. Once again, you can head over to LMURailSplitters.com at any time later in the week to find out how LMU performs on the biggest stage this year, or for anything Lincoln Memorial Athletics related across this very busy fall schedule. And as another weekend approaches in a few days, that means that the 2018 high school football playoffs continue, now with everyone in the tri-state area in postseason competition since Virginia began their schedule 1 week after Tennessee and Kentucky. Unfortunately for everyone in the Volunteer state, there's no one left out of the 4 teams that advanced into the playoffs in the region. Claiborne, Union County, Hancock County, and Jellicoe all eliminated in the opening round, and over on the Bluegrass state, only 1 team remains. Millsboro and Pineville bumped out last Friday as well. In the Commonwealth state, one of the 2 teams gains access to the postseason since the Lee Generals finished at 2-8, meaning the only 2 schools left standing this weekend in the tri-state area are the Bell County Bobcats and the Thomas Walker Pioneers. This Friday, BC looks to keep up their stellar play as of late, seeing their 9-1 regular season translate into a 61-14 beatdown over Estill County in round 1 of the Class 3A bracket last weekend. Up next for the Bobcats is Breathitt Breathitt County in round 2, another Bobcat squad that is equally as hot. Since losing their first 3 games of the year, Breathitt has won their last 8, just edging McCreary Central 7-6 last Friday to set up a showdown with Bell County this weekend. And for the Pioneers of Thomas Walker, a season-closing 42-0 loss to J.I. Burton sends TW into the postseason hobbling just a bit, although a 7-3 regular season record sends the Pioneers to Grundy High School this Friday for round 1 of Virginia's bracket, meaning the 6-4 Golden Wave, who themselves ended the season on a sour note this past week, falling to Wise Central in a barn burner 28-27. As Bell County gears up for a huge matchup against Breathitt County and Thomas Walker prepares to visit Grundy, LMU Community TV Sports will provide both of those final scores next Monday, so be sure to stay tuned next week to find out who stays alive and who may get eliminated. And with only 2 more races to go until a new NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series champion is crowned, the drama is starting to heat up as the results of Sunday's AAA Texas 500 have seen a large asterisk at the top of the list. Kevin Harvick was the first driver to cross the checkered flag in Fort Worth over the weekend, beating out Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Eric Jones, and Kyle Larson, seemingly punching his ticket for the championship race in Miami on November 18th. Logano did so the previous week at Martinsville, although Harvick's first-place finish has since been erased. NASCAR noticing a P1 violation in regards to the number 4 vehicle's spoiler not meeting the qualifications necessary, thus negating Harvick's victory altogether. In addition to this, Harvick's crew chief and car chief have been suspended until the end of the season, taking off 40 points to the driver's Cup Series total, dropping him to 4th place and leaving Sunday's race in Texas without an official winner. Heading into this Sunday's Can-Am 500 from the ISM Raceway in Arizona, only Logano has qualified for the championship in Miami the week after, the standings reading like this behind him. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Harvick, and Kurt Busch complete the top 5, while Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola, and Clint Boyer finish the top 8. Once this weekend's race comes to a close, we will know the 4 drivers competing in Miami for the Cup Championship, at least 2 of them gaining entry due to points alone. The Can-Am 500 will see its green flag on Sunday at 2:30, televised on NBC. And that is all for sports in the middle of the week, but stay tuned as more LMU Community TV news is coming up right after this.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't have
another
another
bad day. I really hope I don't have another bad day
today.
at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
One in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Thanks for watching LMU Community TV News. I'm Allison Barnett, and have a great evening.